Well, it was a very strange experience actually, because you just seen Alfredo Nero, the documentary, and knew that we were now going to have this discussion about the documentary. And suddenly this question is raised behind me, and I look and I see Alfredo sitting there with a hat on, and it was like a waterfall, ice cold waterfall, just going inside of me. And I turned around again and I looked at you and I thought, oh, he's sitting right next to me and this is too much, you know, and I don't want to look back. My whole body was sort of freezing up. And I thought, this is so typical Khaled. He's gone the whole way and invited him now. Now we're going to have the discussion with him, and I can't stand that he's sitting next to me now. And then getting the complete 180-degree emotional experience afterwards, when Alfredo was up next to you and explaining that the whole thing was a fake. Well, of course, I'm very much aware of the thing going on in the media and the way that they are trying to make us perceive the world and the wars and the whole conflicts that are going on. But what I felt a little, not depressed, but a little sad was that I actually felt that we had some kind of proof of this whole fundamentally you could call it skinhead group, and how much power I also do believe that they actually have. And I thought it was so interesting. Now we have somebody saying that it's deliberately that they don't always use the media because they've got their power structure a completely different place. And I thought, this is wonderful. Now we finally got it, you know, on a documentary. And I was thinking, you know, I have to say to Khaled, you have to put it on TV, you know, you have to get the whole thing out. I am always deceived by the media as well. I've realized this lately when I also been interviewed myself in the newspaper, that there's always mistakes, and I see them very clearly when I know exactly what the facts are, and I realize that I don't see them as clear when it's subjects that I don't know completely. So, yeah.
First of all, I didn't know that you were calling it a mockumentary, because I think most of us artists, especially from the Middle East, are trying to work with concepts of this sort, because there is a big problem with the media and the way the Middle East is represented, and I see your film to be the direct consequence of this problem that we're all facing in the Middle East. We are constantly represented by the Western media as monsters and volatile regions about to explode. And when you live in the Middle East, you know perfectly well that they are just minorities that are filmed and taken out of context, almost like really exaggerated. And what I really appreciated in your film is that you did build up this sort of hysteria almost in the film, that they are growing in numbers, they're going to attack, we are, and you almost start believing it. I mean, I believed it sitting in the audience, that we don't know what's going to happen, but we're soon going to really be facing a big problem. And I think that's the way, say, fundamentalist Muslim movements in the Middle East are represented as we don't know what it is, but soon they're going to get us. And I think that's the maybe it's a mockumentary, but it is almost when I found out in the end that the Nazi who was filmed was part of the audience, I actually was about to laugh, but I thought I had this very strange reaction, because I kind of got scared. My immediate reaction was like, no, not him. And then when I realized this and I realized what you're working with, I just really thought this was a hilarious concept. So I think it was very interesting to experience this, something new, and really commend you on your project.
For me, seeing your project, it was strange because I knew Alfredo, so I could recognize him when I saw the video. So I realized quite quickly that it was a fake documentary. So it was, for me, it was very strange to know that it was fake, and then be in an audience where I could feel that people, they thought it was real, and feel this a little bit tense feeling among the audience, and also afterwards when people, they ask the questions, then I had the feeling that they knew something was wrong, but they couldn't put words on it. Yeah, I think you managed to make it like a fake, no, not like a fake, but like a real documentary, with the music and also with all the photos that we could see in between Alfredo talking. And I think that the music played quite a big role in capturing the audience, because the music talks without words. It goes straight to your feelings. So that was, you did, but then again, it's difficult for me to say because I knew. So I had this meta reflections all the time. So yeah, I was very surprised to see Alfredo in another character. Very surprised, and I think he did a very good job, because he looked so evil sometimes, and in fact it was a bit scary to see him adopt that character. I don't know if he did it easily, but it looked like he did. I don't know.